Welcome back to East Coast DNA. Still here in Yarmouth. Uh, Weather's pretty good despite it looking a little overcast.
A little bit overcast today, and you can expect showers from.
Yes, here's weather with Joe.
Yeah.
We have Joe H. Henry here again. We had Joe on back during ECMAs, I guess it was.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like I see it all the time now.
Yes.
So
Looks like we're
memories.
neighbors.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. So I guess you just played Shoebox at Halloween.
Yeah. Great Halloween show. Mark said I think that it was the most tickets ever sold there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I'll be
No,
honest.
I
I was
know.
talking to Dan right after the show.
I said I don't know if I want to play. Darcy hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, I heard that. He said
Yeah.
I almost ruined the whole night. So, actually, just a quick little side story. When I was talking to Dan, the show that I was at up the road,
Yeah.
when Dan walked in, the singer was proposing to his now fiance. So
Oh, wow.
congratulations, Jeff and Jen.
Congratulations, Jeff and Jen. Maybe I'll play your wedding.
Yeah, there you go. We'll make it. We'll close the complete circle, and we'll get all the people there at that show to
Yeah.
finally see Joe H. Henry.
Yeah.
So there you go. So what's the weekend been like for you? You got a showcase tonight, is it?
Showcase tonight at Brothers, yeah, with the trio. It's going to be well attended. The weekend has just been fantastic so far.
Yeah.
Amazing. Lots of meetings. Getting in with a lot of people that I never would have been able to meet anywhere else, and yeah, just fantastic people here.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we're in a pretty central location here too, but it's been nice in Yarmouth. I wasn't sure when we first got here. I was here a little early, so I get to do some walk around, kind of scope out
Yeah.
how to get everywhere, and I was pleasantly surprised that the rain held up.
Yeah.
And everything's like a 5-10 minute walk.
Exactly.
As long as you're not skipping too many venues in between, you can time it right so you can get around.
Yeah.
Temperature could be a little warmer, but we've been spoiled this year too.
Well, you're going to see later on in the week, Darcy, that
the high pressure system.
Yeah, it's going to move on in there like sort of a wedge.
And you've got a session with the background noise here as well, don't you? Were you recording here?
Yeah, we recorded here yesterday.
All right, so
yeah, we did record.
Look forward to that in the future. We'll leave it cryptic so when they have the plan, people watching like, oh, I remember hearing it.
Yeah. Hopefully it made the cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, see, I'm excited to see. So tonight's set, is there anything that now people that are gonna maybe watch this when I post it?
Yeah.
Since tonight they might catch some of this just before the showcase.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you might not want to spoil surprises, but is there anything to look forward to different from this showcase?
Definitely. Well, it's all there's a couple new tunes in there that nobody's heard yet that aren't released.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd save them for the music week here, and then they're going to be likely part of something big going to be coming out starting in spring.
Okay.
Yeah. So that, and then there's a lot of really good people that are going to be there too. So it's going to be a good networking opportunity. It's going to be a real good time.
Excellent. So we have live performances coming up the rest of the winter here. Like we've only had a couple of calendar months left.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you can promote to sell some tickets there for the next couple months?
Well, for the next couple of months, we're actually in the transition phase right now because I played with the guys, with the trio, and myself. Oh, and also Lil Thomas from from Sonic Temple. He played a couple festivals with us, but because of the level of festivals we played, we're in the transition right now with me solo and with the trio of no more non-ticketed events. Yeah. And then kind of planning everything. Right now we're in the planning stages for next year, so all the festivals are getting booked right now, and we're going to be seeing if we're taking some trips.
Oh, that's exciting. Something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm a little curious. I mean, hopefully I'll be there for the performance. I'm not going to witness it firsthand, but with the new material, I know a little bit more about you now from being around you a little bit socially too. So you have a little bit of a different background than the sound that you have now.
Oh yeah.
So you had a heavier sound in your earlier years. Is the newer material similar to your last album, or do you have a little bit of change and shift there as well?
Yeah, it is. It's going a little bit of a different direction. It's staying within that same wheelhouse, I guess, of what you call nowadays is Americana.
Hmm.
But we live in such a time that Americana is just a word for the way people consume music right now.
Yeah.
The public and the art lovers, all those great people, they don't care what it's called anymore. So as long as it's got a good vibe, it's got a good feel, good sound. Uh, they don't need to put a label on it.
Yeah.
So I think Americana is one of those things that it just seems to be something for the industry to talk to the industry,
Hmm.
and the fans, they aren't saying I'm going to see an
Yeah,
Americana show tonight.
exactly. I have
Um,
that all the time with genres. It's hard to label any of the modern bands because there's so much fusion of genres
yeah.
these days. But the the public in general, if they want to go to a show, they might say like, what do they sound like? Are they
Hmm.
good? So you start getting into labels of genres. But
Yeah.
ultimately, they just want to know if they're going to have a good time when they go out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's what a lot of the new stuff that's going to come out is all about that. Sonic treasures just for us all to kind of sit back and enjoy. Spend some time together, hear a bit of nostalgia, and hear something new as well in there. Because I grew up with so many different musical influences and made a career with a lot of different musical influences. So now it just only seems right that I kind of combine them and put them all in my new stuff.
absolutely. And now you mentioned about the solo Joe H. Henry show
Mm-hmm.
versus the trio. So Dan, I referenced in there. He's one
Mm-hmm.
of them, and Bona's the last
Tom Bona,
Tom
yeah.
Bona. Now, when I saw you perform in Pecto, when I was hanging around chatting with you guys afterwards, I was talking to him like his drumming. It's not that I haven't seen similar drumming, but only a few people seem to drum that way. He's got
Yeah.
that. The most famous person I could think of was John Bonham from Zeppelin. How
Yeah.
he just had that like he had the big massive bits and just
Yeah.
bumped into it. Like
Yeah.
there's still the quickness of every other drummer, but
Yeah.
they
That
hit it
finesse is
so
there.
hard. Like
Yeah.
there's a thump and a bass into it. So
Yeah.
it's really cool to hear that. Is that and like having Dan on bass, did their influences are they starting to creep in and change a little bit of the sound with you going forward with new songs?
I'm hoping so eventually. Right now we're about an hour and a half away from each other, so
Yeah,
getting together is kind of tough.
sure.
So I'm handling all the writing and whatnot. But the reason I really enjoy Tom and Dan is that I don't have to write drum parts or bass parts because I have two guys that I just love their playing and I love their feel. Um, I love their influences and the influence that they put out. So I'm always really confident that uh, I'm gonna come with a song and they're gonna be them.
They just organically
Yeah.
fit into it, and you don't have to really hash it out too much.
No.
You have the
Unless
fun of
we
it.
redo Lowrider and then there's very specific bass parts.
Yeah, sure, sure. And
Yeah.
so, is there? I've been asking a few people that were able to stop by today too. I've been asking. Now we are getting towards the end of the weekend,
Mhm.
but is there anyone playing in showcases tonight that you'd recommend? You don't have to say they're your favorite, because I know everyone
Yeah.
here is pretty much friends.
It's been such a blur that I I just kind of moment to moment I look at the schedule, what's
Okay.
going on, and who I can catch.
There's unfortunately been revisions to the schedule all week too, because of
Yeah,
like there's always no plan ever goes according to
no,
plan once you hit the ground, right?
I
So
know that plans make the best kindling.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. So
yeah,
I've kind of been doing the same thing.
yeah.
There's a few people that I've known previously, like yourself, that I want to catch up with, just with it now, and a few new people that I interacted with online. That,
Yeah,
to your point, you might not otherwise see them. So
yeah,
it's been pretty good for that too.
yeah, definitely. And then that's what I really love is I've gotten to be a part of a lot of different music that, yeah, being a musician, I would never get a chance to hear
Yeah, exactly.
unless I stumbled upon them online, which
Yeah.
I don't because I don't really use those platforms.
Yeah, even myself, I was actually talking to Steve McIntyre here a little bit
Mm-hmm.
earlier.
Stevie boy.
I said to him, my encyclopedia apparent knowledge of some of the stuff was more so preparation, but now that I have more volume of content, I find it hard to try and keep up with myself
Yeah.
now. Despite the fact that I'm promoting the content,
Yeah.
there's so many people out there right now,
Oh,
and everyone's had a few years under their belt now to really be like their A game.
yeah.
But all these newcomers that I've met over the past 6 months and people that are showcasing, they they're coming out of the gate with their A game. Like
Yeah.
it's really exciting time for the industry and
It
for
is.
those events.
It's great. Music is blowing up here on the East
Yeah,
Coast. It's coming back, and I think it almost took the long pause in order to get it back. People started to realize they were missing, they're craving substance,
yeah,
and you can see it also all around the world in the music as well.
yeah.
A lot of substance is coming back. There's not so much cookie cutter stuff being put out.
Yeah, Joe, you aware of Alan Cross, who's like a music journalist?
No.
So I've been following him for like 30 years.
Oh, is he the bad boy of like he
He
has
does
real strong opinions?
he has like alternative rock almanacs, and he does
Oh,
the
okay.
history of rock and stuff.
Oh, I was
So
thinking of somebody
he
different.
was talking about, he had a special series talking about the kind of ebbs and flows of the genres, where you would have kind of like the garage rock style bands and
Mm-hmm.
DIYs and stuff, and then after like 5 years, it would shift into like really produced mainstream pop stuff, and then kind of cycle back over and over again. But with the digital age of the 2000s era kind of
Mm-hmm.
arising, it disrupted that whole cycle.
Yeah.
And it does seem now that because of that disruption, that people can access anything they want at any point,
Yeah.
that the influences are fusing, and that's influencing the new material that's coming out.
Yep.
Everything's got its own uniqueness to it.
Yep. And now everybody's chasing the analog sound digitally,
Yeah,
which is fantastic. I've never been a tech guy at all.
yeah,
I've been just pretty straight ahead, but I've always really loved that analog sound, the warmth, the tubes, and all that. And I never thought I would, but I ended up with a modeling pedal, uh, and it blew my mind.
yeah,
The sheer speed that digital has upped their game
yeah,
is phenomenal.
yeah.
I walked into a store thinking, the guy told me, "Oh no, I'll get you set up," because I was going for more pedals than another amp. And he said, "No, I'll get you set up." So he set me up and he said, "Try and find the tone you don't like. Try and find the tone that you want and tell me blindfolded if it's really going to be different."
Yeah.
And sure enough, I couldn't believe the sound that I was getting. And now that's available recording as well.
Yeah.
You don't, like, guys are going on tour with stuff that could fit in a backpack.
Yeah. It's, well, actually, I mean, some people may be able to figure out that I've been doing this a little different. Back at ECMAs, I was getting around with a backpack and a suitcase with
Mm-hmm.
gear in it, and today I've been getting around with a jacket and pockets with all the gear. So
Yeah.
it's advancing super quick.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic.
So I think I hear the session out there. It seems like it might be wrapping up. So we should pop down and say hi and maybe go grab some grub.
For certain.
So thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
And when you get closer to releasing the collection of new material, I'm sure it'll be sometime winter, spring, maybe.
Spring we'll start the releases.
Yeah, we'll have to be on for a full feature episode, which we actually haven't done yet.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we've got you. We got live shots up there with you. We have the ECMA interview with this, and now we'll get you back in the spring for a full feature and talk about the new material.
Perfect.
Great. Maybe we'll get Tom and Dan to jump in on that one too.
Definitely.
Awesome. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.